I think we're on. Hi there, welcome. It's Sharon, and I'm back just to share a cool book that I found when I was out. And as I said before, I don't often find too many. Let's get set up there. Too many jewelry books when I'm out, but I did find this one as well as the Tiffany and Company that I did on another video. And I'm trying to get rid of that glare. Maybe there. That was the light on my webcam, so we can do without that. So this book is pretty cool. It's not just about Joan Rivers, and that's the reason that I picked it up. It is full of lots of designs, and pieces that she made her designs similar to these larger designers to make them more affordable for us. So I will show you some more pictures of her collection. The book is just full of gorgeous, gorgeous pieces. And yeah, it's just, wow, it's really, really awesome. So anyway, this is quite a nice book. I like the index. It's got some pearl detection as well. So I'd like to do another video on that. And for this video, I wanted to read out what it talks about the Faberge company. And this is really quite fascinating. So this is going to take us on a journey of history. There's not a lot to see. I wanted to read the history of the Faberge company itself and the history. So let's start with that. And let me know what you think of this. So Faberge refers to Peter Carl Faberge because he is the man that at the age of only 24 years old, he took over his father's modest jewelry shop at that time, which was in St. Petersburg, Russia, and turned it into the most influential design of all time, as we know. Totally, totally famous. At the height, the Faberge empire employed nearly 500 artisans and was in production 7 days a week. So, yeah, quite a neat operation. All the energy, industry, and influence was poured into a single idea, which in its day was considered revolutionary, that the value of an object was to be found in its design and its craftsmanship, not necessarily in the combined value of all the materials. So yeah, stress on design and craftsmanship in these pieces. Up until young Faberge burst on the scene, the overriding philosophy amongst Russian jewelers had been that more is more. They worked to cram as many large stones as possible into showy and often ill-conceived pieces. Okay, so that's interesting. So it was about the flash. And And Carl, as he was known, chose to concentrate on details. So that's where his skills came in to hone these pieces in to the creations that they had become and what we admire them for today. He would study the exact shade of a Siberian emerald, or the cut of a fragment of Baltic amber, or the luminance of Russian aquamarine, and then would seek a perfect complementary setting. And as a result, every necklace, brooch, and tiara that was produced by the House of Faberge was a very unique composition, a total work of art unto itself. We do remember Faberge for the fabulous eggs. They were famous for the eggs which were presented by Tsar Alexander III to Tsarina Maria in 1884. The eggs became an immediate favorite of the court and was the traditional Easter gift amongst Russian royalty. It's estimated that a grand total of 58 Faberge eggs were produced, each one more dazzling than the last. I did watch a video on the production of these eggs as well. It was absolutely fascinating. So if you want to see how those were done, just do a search on YouTube and you can see all the creations, and I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Each one was more dazzling than the last. Some eggs of beauties, to others had contained surprises, opening to reveal such treasures as a little mini basket of spring flowers that were rendered in semi-precious stones, or a tiny bird that was designed to sing on the hour, or a minuscule replica of a train. So, like little Kinder eggs that we get today, the little chocolate Kinder eggs. You think of those when the kids open them and get a surprise. So this was similar, except unaffordable, of course, except to the Russian royalty. So that's really neat. So and each could be removed from the egg, wound with a key, and made to run. So that is so sweet. Yeah, can you imagine a little train coming out with a key and a little thing to make it move? That's fascinating. The extraordinary output of the House of Faberge tragically came to an end during the first bloody days of the Russian Revolution in 1917. Peter Karl Faberge died in exile in Switzerland in 1920. But his work lives on, as we know. And in a span of only 35 years, his design house set worldwide standards of artistry. Karl's vision was so strong and sure in its day, seems even clearer now. Any connoisseur, creator, or collector will tell you the pricelessness of all Faberge is based not on precious materials, but on masterful craftsmanship that has remained unrivaled for 100 years. Indeed. I wonder where all those pieces are now. I think, museums, of course. But so that's the key. This is a Faberge star sapphire and diamond brooch. So you can see this sapphire here. If you can see the picture a little better. Get my light right. Maybe if I put it flat. But the sapphire, wow, the color in there is just incredible. And so the detail, the artwork that goes in, and that's a brooch. So keep your eyes out. If you find this brooch and it says Faberge, you can pay thousands of dollars and add it to your collection, I guess. So that's the only piece that they're showing here actually of his work, which is odd. And there is another section in here on Tiffany and Company. All right, let's see. Then I wonder if we should move on to, okay, the next designer is Cartier. Now here we have some pretty neat pictures of the Cartier jewelry. And as you can see, it's super high quality with the prong settings. Now I feel like I need more light. There. Yeah, with the prong settings, there's a brooch, earrings, and then down further. No, that's putting a glare on the page. Doggone it. Thought these camera lights were supposed to help. But it just seemed to be throwing a glare. So very beautiful. These are all prong set stones, of course, with diamonds. From citrine quartz and diamond flower brooch, ear clips and brooch. These were all made in London. The circa is 1940. So these are Cartier. Now, let's see. Why don't we do Cartier as well? Yeah, we've got the book open. Video is not too terribly long yet. Let's have a look at Cartier. Throughout history, many of the great jewelry houses were just that, groups of designers that created wonderful jewelry. But the house of Cartier was something different. It was a house of style, and in its heyday, which was about 1900 to 1940, the Cartier brothers served as tastemakers to the world. They produced not only jewelry, but clocks, watches, cases, desk sets, compacts, handbags, lamps, and picture frames. The list goes on. Okay, that is good to know. Each piece, in addition to being brilliantly crafted, was on the cutting edge of fashion, incorporated influences from far-flung sources as Versailles, Royal India, Untamed Africa, ancient Egypt, and the Belle Ruse. So that brings us to the story of Louis Pierre and Jacques, the globe-trotting Cartier brothers. Okay, so they were Louis Pierre and Jacques. Cartier made it all happen. They'd been born to a thriving jewelry business started by their grandfather. They grew up under the tutelage of their father, Alfred Cartier. And Alfred had been successfully directed the family business, meeting the needs to a growing European middle class. It had built up an international reputation based on the excellent craftsmanship and traditional standards of good taste. In 1898, Alfred's son Louis joined the firm. He and his brother were ready and willing and able to steer the business to the new century. Cool. So they promptly launched into a divide and conquer mode. So Jacques opened a Cartier store in London. Pierre went overseas, establishing a branch in New York. Louis on at the Central Workshop in Paris. Wow, nice. That would have been an exciting time to have three siblings, go to these desirable locations. And wow, must have been exciting. A pivotal moment in the history of Cartier took place in Paris in 1909. Louis witnessed a performance of the Ballet Russes. The brightly colored, wildly exotic sets and costumes employed by the troupe grabbed the young Cartier. He'd seen the future of style and hired a 24-year-old designer, Charles Jacquot, to capture the thrilling new look. Jacquot turned out to be the right man for the job. He not only electrified Cartier's designs, but incorporated elements of Indian, Egyptian, Chinese, and Japanese design to develop a style that became known as Art Deco. There we have it. How interesting. A second Cartier coupe came in the form of Jean Toussaint, who joined the Cartier team in 1910 at the age of 23. We have a female. She was thoroughly a modern woman that was able to understand and anticipate the needs of the liberated 20th century female. There we go. Her line of accessories, including were handbags, makeup cases, and jewelry that complemented the sleek, body-hugging fashions of the day. They became the must-haves for a new generation of women. With Jacquot Toussaint in the house, the Cartier name became synonymous with all that was fresh, exciting, and important. Traditional jewels had seemed hopelessly old-fashioned and dusty relics of a bygone era at that time. The House of Cartier rode the crest of tastes and attitudes through decade after decade of worldwide turmoil and ever-changing styles. No doubt, because that between 1900 and 1920, there was a lot of stuff going on in the world. As we know, a world war, as well as a pandemic. So as early as 1915, the house produced the first of its famous panthers, which became a Cartier signature. So the panther jewelry, 1915, Cartier. And then in the 1940s, a new generation of the Cartier sons and daughters came. They began exerting their influence. And in 1973, Limas de Cartier was launched. This was a mass production venture that put the Cartier name in boutiques all over the globe. Although Limas was successful by marketing standards, the Cartier brothers had then passed on. Here we go. They left their legacy, but ending a half-century of extraordinary energy and unique vision. So there we have it. So the initial Cartier brothers, and then into the 40s, and then with their new generation in the 70s, the new company Limas de Cartier was launched. So yeah, that's why the early pieces are so valuable and so expensive, right? And then into the 70s, we have the newer pieces of Cartier. Wow, well, I just learned a whole bunch. That's pretty cool. I hope you did too. And it's always fun to look at the history of the different pieces. Oh, right, this is cool. These ones are another artist. I'm going to look in here to see if there's pictures of the Cartier jewelry. But this one is Van Cleef and Arpels. Okay, so this is diamond and sapphire brooch bracelet made in New York. The pin and earring clips are made in Paris. So the brooch and the bracelet made in New York, yeah. And the earrings in Paris. So there we have a beautiful Van Cleef design. Van Cleef and Arpels, Parisian based. So I think in our next video we'll go with the Van Cleefs, and then there is Verdura is the next designer mentioned. I think there's one more. But then this book goes into Joan Rivers and her journey of making, items that were. Oops, there she is. Come on, Joan. One of us has got to focus here. Okay. So it just talks about her creations and the wonderful items that she made to bring them affordable from the world famous designers. So this is going to be cool. I'll look forward to sharing more with you in this book. And like I said, it's just full of very beautiful pictures and how she's redesigned, some of the world famous designs and everything. So pretty darn cool. All right. So if you enjoyed this, please let me know. I'm going to have to add the Cartier onto my title there because I wasn't sure that I was going to go that far, but we did. And next video, we will talk about the Van Cleefs and the other one and get some knowledge up on that. So my name's Sharon, and welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And let me know who your favorite designer is. And yeah, there we have it. Joan Rivers. All right. Please hit the thumbs up if you will. And subscribe if you haven't. And check out my giveaway for October 1 on my channel trailer. Take care. See you soon. Bye for now.